holding a box or a scooter. This is not my new vehicle to get to school. I've still got the VW EOS, so I haven't downgraded. What we're looking at today is the volume, trying to calculate the volume and the surface area of this box. The key to working out surface area or volume is identifying the shapes that are on the faces. Mr. Delaney, what shapes do you see on the face of this box?
I see a trapezium.
This is here. And why would you say that's a trapezium?
You got one pair of parallel sides.
This is the top and bottom. I hold it that way, or I hold it that way. So that's a trapezium on the side, or that way. And what other shapes can you see?
Triangle and rectangle.
If we was to split the trapezium into two, which I'm not going to do in this example today, but yes, I could split that.
Although my rays do that. They split it and they got the answer.
Okay, and what other shapes on the other faces do you see?
Rectangles.
Yeah, there's rectangles. We've got a rectangle there. Yeah. And at the base, this is what I'm going to hold this up for the demonstration. A rectangle there, and this one happens to be a square.
Square. Okay.
So, but for purposes, we can say they're all rectangles. Okay. So I've done, as you can see, a 3D drawing of this shape this way round. And I've already done the measurement. So along the top, it's 10 centimetres square. That works out to be a square as it happens. This length here was 29 centimetres. The diagonal length is 62 centimetres. And then this vertical length is 59 centimetres. And I'm going to leave that here. So when I'm talking about a different face, Mr. Delaney can zoom in on the box while I'm talking about it. So I'm going to concentrate first of all on the surface area. And there's a key to working out surface area. You need to decide what face you're dealing with and label them. So I'm going to call this my front. Okay, and I'm going to call this the right hand side. I'm going to put RHS, and then at the bottom will be the base. And that's all the sides I need to do for the time being. And so that's the front, and then the top's here, which I'll put on my diagram. Base is underneath. So beautiful close up there. And the right hand side is there. Okay, so I'll start with the top. It's a square, and how do you work out the area of a square? As it happens.
Length times width.
Length times width. So the length is 10, the width is 10, doesn't really matter with a square, say length and width. So that would be 10 times 10. And we'll calculate the surface area if you've forgotten. So we're working out the area of all the faces and we're going to add them together. So the top is 100 centimetres squared. So that's that side, that's that bit done. Then we're going to look at the front. And we said that was a trapezium. Yes, remember that? And what's the formula for a trapezium? Oh, how do you work out the area for trapezium?
Open bracket A plus B plus bracket.
A plus B. Now sometimes it might be worth drawing the trapezium out separately because we're going to label it. So that's the front I'm drawing out separately. And we know the base of the trapezium is 29 centimetres, the height is 59 centimetres, and the top is 10 centimetres.
Is that perpendicular height?
That's the perpendicular height.
It just doesn't look perpendicular now.
Well, that's my drawing, sorry. Please forgive me. But it is perpendicular.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I can see that.
Okay. So, the formula, as Mr. Delaney said, was half times A plus B in brackets times the height. So, what does the A and B represent?
So A could be the top length and B could be the bottom length.
It's the parallel side. So the A and B represents the parallel side. So we're going to label that A, we'll label that B, and the height is the perpendicular distance between the parallel sides. Okay, so I'm going to work this out separately over here.
Why didn't you use 62 for the height?
Oh, because that's not perpendicular between both parallel sides.
Because I had that problem.
It's a common mistake.
I had that problem with my class.
It's a common mistake. You don't use the sloping side.
We don't use the sloping side.
Okay, so we've got our A is 10, our B is 29, and we're timesing it by 59. And we follow the rules of big maths, so we work out the bracket first. So that will be 39, so it's basically 39 times 59, and we're timesing it by half, which is the same as dividing by 2. We'll work that on the calculator. 39 times 59, so that divided by 2, that's 1,150.5 centimetres squared. So I can go back to my list over here. The front trapezium is that. Is there any other face that will be the same as the front, looking at this box?
The back one.
Beautiful. The back will be the same. We don't need to work that out again. So we can see the back is also 1150.5. Then we're going to look at this sloping this rectangle that's on a slope. So the width of it is 10. The length of it is 62. Okay? So the right hand side, it's a rectangle. So it's the base times the height. So the base is 10, like I said, times the 62, and that equals 620 centimetres squared. What other sides have I got to do? Because with surface area, you always have to think what sides you have done and what you haven't done.
Well, I can't see any rectangle that is exactly the same as this one. So,
no. So where will we go?
We could go to the back one now.
Or left hand side, I'm calling
left
that.
hand side. Yeah.
Call that left hand side. It's over here. It's not
Yeah.
my diagram.
Yeah.
So left hand side, and then the height of it is 59, and the width of it is the same as the top or the base, and that's 10. So that's 59 times 10, and that's 590. And then there's one more to go, the base. Yeah, it's another rectangle. Again, it's not the same size as any of the other faces. Yeah. So that will be 29 times 10. This is 290. So I've worked out the area of all the faces. And I've got, on this trapezium and prism, I should have 6 faces. So I've got the front, got the top, the back, right hand side, left hand side base, 6 faces. So what do I do next to work out the surface area?
Add all the areas together.
Add all the areas together, so quickly put that in the calculator. If it's correct, and I get 3,901. So total surface area is 3,901 centimetres squared. And that's how you work out the surface area for a prism. So you work out the area of all the faces. This is just one type of prism. In other videos we'll talk about other types.